What is going on, people of the internet? Episode 29. It's Tuesday, and I'm feeling great. I hope you guys are too. I'm going to start this episode off a little bit different. Rather than me blah, 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 I'm going to show you the things. Let's imagine we are at a restaurant together right now, and they don't have one of those QR code menus, but you saw on their website that they offer contactless menus. Where's the QR code? That might be a question that you ask. What if I told you this coaster could take the place of the QR code? Maybe that look of the QR code just doesn't fit your brand. I don't know. This is a completely hypothetical situation, but I'm going to show you something. And if you've never seen it before, you're going to like it. It's really cool. This is why TapToTable is called TapToTable, because we're going to imagine that this coaster is on a table. P.S. If this is your first time joining, my name is Ryan Baggott. This is the ChatBot Podcast, and I'm going to show you a chatbot right now. And as a matter of fact, since we're fancy here, I should have maybe checked to see if I still have the app. I think I do. Perfect. Still have this reflector app. So that way, it's not just me that sees what happens on my phone. Instead, I'm going to share this with you guys. If I can, that is. So I'm going to show you how this will work. We're going to pretend we're at the table. They don't have a QR code menu that you can see. Or maybe it's like they really defeated the purpose. Put the QR code on the menu to pass out. They can read the menu items and also read them with their phone, I guess, instead of having something fun like this. We'll talk about this in a minute. What I want to show you guys, if I can get this reflector thing to work, I remember how to actually use it. We're going to get a screen mirroring here. Let's see if we have it. To be honest with you, I might just have to show you without the little fancy app, but that's okay. We don't need no fancy app. All we need is this coaster and our phone. And I'm going to turn my brightness down just a hair. You're going to be able to see it a little bit better on the screen here. So here's the coaster. What we're going to do, guys, is simply get close to it just enough. Boop. Did you see what happened there? And I'll mess with this app thing again. I think I paid for it. So we're going to really try to make it work. But I'm going to show you what I just did again because it's really cool. Oh, now it's showing. So I'll be able to show you this one more time without the little fancy app. Coaster. Okay. Here's my phone. I'm not even going to touch. Right there. This is contactless. Get real close to it. Bam. We're not touching. We're not touching. I promise you we're not. We're getting real close. Boop. There it is. Okay. And what happens here when we tap? What happens here? We're getting messages from the page. And we'll talk about this. What's happening. Now, what's interesting, guys, is this coaster here and this coaster here. They look the same to the untrained eye, but they're different. So maybe we want, as a restaurant, two different coasters to do two different things. Maybe, I don't know, but we can do whatever we want to do because of the internet, guys, and TapToTable, obviously. So here's coaster number 2. What we're going to do here, I'm going to turn my phone off. So there's no fancy like hacking tricks going on here, folks. That's Rambo, by the way. He's super cute, my little puppy. Here is said coaster number 2. And what we're going to do is make sure our phone is turned on and has battery. Hopefully mine does. Has battery. We get the coaster close enough to the phone. Bam! Did y'all see what happened? It's not a coincidence. This is like intentional, guys. We'll do it with my phone screen turned on. Okay, home screen. Here is the thing, the coaster. Get close enough. Boop, come on, there it is. Perfect, every time. And then we tap this time on the second coaster. And what's going to happen? We're getting the menu, guys. Here's the menu. Can your restaurant do this? Can you offer a real cool contactless experience? Let me show you exactly what just happened. Let's see if we can get this connected now that I think that I'm fancy enough to use this app. I think I used it one time just for you guys. I don't do this for my own health. I promise you that. I'm doing this to try to hopefully help restaurants that want and need help. So let's see here. How can I find this deal here? Reflector, work for me. Edit, Windows. This should work. Move to built-in Retina display. Not sure what that means. My Mac, will it work like if I do this? If I try to mirror my MacBook Pro, will that work? I don't think so. Man. Oh, here we go. Finally. Here we go. Finally. I'm going to get it working, guys. 6.2. Boom, boom. Perfect. Now we should be rocking and rolling here, I think. Let's see if I can find it. Yes, we've connected, guys. Fumbled through it. ChatBot Podcast, episode 29. Why am I so pumped right now? Why am I showing you all these things? Man, I had a great day. I hope you did too. Went to Gyro Track. Dropped bombs with Blair, who is the SEO master, y'all. Blogger extraordinaire. We have a giant contract with Gyro Track, and I love those guys. And we dropped bombs on the presentation today. Melted faces with facts and analytics and nerdy stuff. And it's awesome. They're a great company. I'm going to share my screen now because I figured out this nifty little app that, seriously, I purchased it so that you guys could see stuff. That is why. So here we go. There's Rambo again. My phone turns off, it goes off. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to show you how it's working. We have coaster phone. Tap. Oh, I did it backwards. So you might have saw the thing. We tap here to see what the deal is, and we're going to get the menu. Let's look at some small pizzas, guys. You see what's happening here? How fun. We're going to add this small pizza to the cart. I like mine New York thin. I'm going to add, I would never add pineapple, but just for you guys in this example, I'm going to add pineapple. Pineapple has been added to my cart, which is excellent if I like pineapple, because now I can check out, right? So let's explain what happened here. Let's go continue shopping here. I'm going to clear the cart so you can kind of see what's going on. Cart here. And I'm getting hit up every single time something's happening on any of my accounts that I'm looking for. That's dinging me right now. I should have turned off all these notifications. Sorry. But let's clear the cart in this case so you can see how it would really be for a customer that's just walking in. Or they just sat down at the table. They just sat down at the bar. And you advertise as a restaurant. You have contactless stuff. Okay. But you forgot the QR code. I don't know. Maybe you had the QR code somewhere and then it vanished. I don't know what the situation could be. This is just for you to use your imagination and have fun. In this case, we have the coaster. It's sitting right on the table. The customer comes in. They say, where's your QR code menu? And they say, oh, I don't know. I don't know where it's at, actually. Sorry. So instead, they say, why don't you take this coaster here? And I wish I could do the bartender trick. I've never been a bartender, but bartenders can do this trick. They're like, boom, playing like Frisbee in the bar, flinging these coasters, right down the bar. Bam, there it goes. Tap that thing with your phone. Tap the coaster with your phone. They're like, oh, what? Okay. So then you do as you're told. Bam, you tap. And where's the thing? Bam, there it is. Bam, we click it, and now we see. In this case, it says, please confirm your email. Do we want to confirm our email? We could. We could do whatever we want. We could buy pizza. Oh, this is the pizza one. This is the email. Watch this. I programmed these ahead of time, obviously. This will ask me for email. Tap it. And it's going to say, "So Ryan, what's your email? Here's your email. Why don't you go ahead and just tap it? That way we can collect it. And then we can send you the free thing." Then maybe we ask for the phone number because maybe we want to text you a deal. If you're not texting, TapToTable enables you to start texting your customers instantly. I don't charge you anything. Guess what? TapToTable said, yo, Ryan, check your email for the goods. Do y'all see what just happened there? I tapped the table, tapped this coaster, and when I did that, a notification appeared, just like it did again. With a different coaster, I can do different things. With this coaster, that's different. Tap this one, we're going to go somewhere else. And in this case, we see the menu, like we showed you before. Another version. This one's fancy. Shout out to Sean over there at SK Designs. He made this. He's awesome. We're going to take our phone and tap this one. What is this going to do? Sean, what did you do to this awesome sticker? In this case, I don't really remember what we're doing here. Oh, yeah, I do. It's the password, guys. Look at this. Would you look at that? Who has that gift? Would you look at that? Guys, what do you think the password is? Any guesses? This is a speakeasy concept idea I came up with right before I went live. Could the password be as simple as 1, 2, 3? Let's find out. You'll be able to see my little face in the corner of your screen, and then you'll see the big phone here. Let's see if you're correct. We're not correct. Wrong! Yes! This is so fun. Let me tell you something. The amount of times I've seen clients or potential clients like have that poker face on when I'm demoing this, and I choose the right GIF, they crack. Most of the time, they're like, I'm like, "It's okay, ma'am. You can laugh. Sir, this is a GIF, and it's funny. It's okay to laugh. You know, this is a sales pitch." And then you got them. So let's try again. We could try again. But in order to do that, you have to do the thing. So you tap, in this case, this little sticker to enter the speakeasy. We just re-entered the speakeasy, and I have another chance. What is the password? This time, we'll say it correctly. It's ABC 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here we go. ABC 1, 2, 3. And let's see if we're correct. Hint, we are. We're going to get a different message. And there's De Niro. Used to be one of my favorites. Congrats, you made it into the speakeasy. Guys, that is what we're doing here at TapToTable. And if your restaurant is not taking advantage of social media in that way, in the experiential way, missing out. Whether you want to showcase a menu or whether you want to provide a means of entry to a speakeasy, you can do this. You're just getting started, y'all. This is going to be a fun one. When you're in a good mood, good things happen. Always be positive. Positivity is never negative, okay? Episode 29, TapToTable, full breakdown. We already said why it's called TapToTable, and that is because of NFC. NFC is just so cool. It is what I refer to as QR code 2.0. Now, how the heck, Ryan, did you get those coasters to do that? Here's the answer. These little stickers right here. Purchase them on Amazon. So cheap. I think these things are like, I don't know, 50 cents a sticker. I don't know. They're super cheap. And the more you buy, guess what? The cheaper they are. Again, here's something super custom. This one, not so cheap, but this one is extra nice. This one's made by Sean of SK Design here locally to me, Beaufort County, near Hilton Head, Bluffton, Beaufort area. If you want to go all the way out there and you want to get the most high-tech of the high-tech, so high-tech you've got a fancy URL on the back of your sticker to keep track. And yes, they're unique. You have another option. You can go talk to my homie Rupert. He's out there in the UK. He's got a cool service where you can have these guys printed for your business, and it can do the things you want it to do. It can open your website. It can open your your menu on PDF. It could do all those traditional things that kind of suck. When you're comparing it to TapToTable, when you're comparing it to running into a chatbot on Facebook Messenger specifically, not just your website chatbot, because there's a big difference, guys. And I'm going to run through the main differences, and I'm going to explain to the best of my ability without being so boring for the nerds out there why TapToTable is incredible, and it can be used for every single restaurant concept that there is in some capacity. Okay. Now, the first thing that I'm going to talk about really quick, I'm not even going to spend a lot of time on it because I've done so much. I've created a lot of content on this subject. It's actually what got me hooked on the concept of conversational marketing. And what really reeled me in, shout out to Kelly, who, if it wasn't for her kind words, being a community member, the chatbot world, an awesome one. She's the real deal chatbot queen. I know there's some talk. Let me tell y'all something. She's the real deal, and her videos prove it. She's been doing this thing, man, and she gets a lot of credit. And she was kind to me in the comments. Didn't have to be today. Something uplifting, very simple. And I was like, you know what? And I was debating on whether I'm going to do this episode or not tonight. I could just sit back and bask in the glory of making the client super pumped today. But instead, she got me in the right attitude to talk to you guys. So shout out to her. And she also agrees that this is one of the most powerful things, if not in the Facebook ecosystem, it is one of the most powerful things in the conversational space. At TapToTable, we do it a little bit differently. We have a different intention. We don't even have the word subscriber in our language. We don't talk about that. We don't care about that. All we care about is a conversion. Because remember, guys, in conversational marketing, what you want is to start a conversation. It never ends. It always ends in a conversion. It never ends. It's a continuous conversation, but it always ends up with a conversion, multiple conversions. That's the idea. And we can now, with TapToTable, take someone who has left a comment on your awesome photo of your burger. And they say, man, I wish I had that burger right now. Or that burger looks awesome. Well, what if for every person that commented on that awesome burger, you sent them a message directly, a personal message to them with a coupon for the burger? Like, hey, thanks for the comment. Here's a coupon for $5 off your next burger. And he did that every time. If you had 10 comments, maybe. I don't know if that's a lot for you or a little bit for you. If you had 10 comments, you had 10 chances that maybe someone redeems the $5 coupon. Does that make sense? And it would happen from a comment. As a business owner, you don't have time to do that. You cannot effectively run your business and respond individually to everything unless you just have no traffic. The idea of social is you want to have all the traffic. You want to have all the comments, all the things, all the likes, all the shares, blah, 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 all the messages. Now, if you have 100 messages and 100 comments and this and that every hour of the day, that will be a hassle for one person, one lonely business owner. So then you got to hire somebody, right? Well, now you got to trust that that person's going to always do the right thing. Never going to slack off, never going to be inconsistent. That's never going to happen with a person. So then you're left with, how do I fix this? Automation. Automation is the key. Automation will continue to solve an extremely large percentage of problems going forward, period. It's like, it is the new thing, guys. Believe me when I say this. Don't hate automate. I don't know what to tell you. Like, would you rather work harder or would you rather have things done for you while you sleep? Okay. So yes, TapToTable is to offer, the idea behind TapToTable, guys, is to offer an omnichannel experience. And so one of the ways you can do that is by engaging with Facebook comments. Let's get to the omnichannel part. What we wanted to do here is effectively solve the many digital marketing problems that there are in the restaurant industry. Unlike straight e-commerce, where it's essentially dollar in, dollar out, You can really track things when it's all digital. When Sarah sees your Facebook post about the margarita, and now she wants to go to your restaurant Wednesday, it's Monday now, she goes on Wednesday to buy said margarita. How do you know it came from that Facebook post? You don't. That's the answer. You just don't, unless you asked her. And are you going to do that? No. Unless you're weird. Unless she's the only person in your restaurant, you would never do that. What can do that every time consistently in a fun, cool, on-brand way? Chatbots, automation. That's what does it. TapToTable does this for you. And it just does not get better. So from a comment, someone can become a customer. Excellent. From your website with the chat plugin or with the NFC link, you put them on your website too, sure. They're becoming a potential customer. The whole idea here is prove it. Anything that is worth doing is worth tracking, folks. Like, if you're going to spend the time and energy to do a thing, don't you want to see a result? If you're okay with just a like and just a comment, just a share, all those things are great. If that is your end goal, great. You're going to solve those problems easily if you try hard. If you want to make sales with said social media efforts, you have to think differently. And I don't know if we're all getting smarter or lazier. I think it's a little bit of both, but we want things faster and easier now as humans. It's interesting stuff, guys. I need someone to explain to me why they would want to advertise spaghetti and then not be able to sell it right there from where the consumer saw it. Instead, they need to go to an app. You're going to make them download an app. You're going to make them leave Facebook where they were just looking at their friends, looking at other cool stuff on Facebook or Instagram, wherever they are. And now you want them to, just because your food's good and it's lunchtime, it might not be enough. I don't know if I'm going to leave. If I'm really hungry and it really is just effective, I don't know if I'm going to make that move to purchase. But the smart marketer can totally engage the consumer in different ways in 2020, folks. And upon the right prompts, I think that it's a heck of a lot easier to get someone to do something within a conversation versus here's my picture, here's my link, go to my website, buy my stuff. They're so salesy. It just is. And conversational marketing doesn't have to be salesy and yet still make more sales than all your call to action posts, man. It can. I've seen it so many times over. And so what we wanted to do here in TapToTable is offer a way for restaurants who don't have the time a lot of times to learn all of the tricks, to learn code, to really understand stuff. They just, in the digital world, it's just, it's moving as fast paced as their restaurant kitchens are moving, as fast as their cocktail servers are moving, as fast as their bartenders are working. They don't have time to do these things that someone like me has time to do. So we wanted to automate that for them. There's no chatbot building in TapToTable. Can you build things? Yes. You can build awesome things, but do you have to? No, never. Choose what you want. It's essentially turn it on if you want it. Don't do anything if you don't. It's really cool. I hope you guys that don't have an account will check it out if you haven't. We have advanced Facebook permissions, and that's what allows us to essentially gain customers from clients. Thank you, Facebook. It's hard work to get approved for those permissions. Each one is an individual approval. Facebook humans have to test your Facebook app. Okay. If the app fails or doesn't meet their criteria, guess what? Your app doesn't make it. Luckily, my developers and the bit of knowledge I have, we got it. And now because we have it, you have it. You don't have to be a developer. You don't have to know code. You can do all the fun things that the most advanced social media mastermind can do. And you're not having to pay $1,250 to learn something. Sometimes that's necessary, guys. If you need to take courses, take courses. I never want to discourage anyone from learning, but turning comments into Facebook customers is a huge deal. They're begging for an interaction with your brand when they leave a comment, guys. Unless they're hating on you. You handle that's a different story. Don't worry, TTT handles that too. Better than any other thing out there that I know of. It's designed to assist the restaurant individual, the restaurant business person. The restaurant business person is one of the most busy people in the workforce, guys. They are hustling all day long, dealing with crap all day long. The last thing a restaurant person wants to do is deal with Facebook, to be honest with you. That's the last thing they want to do. Unless the business owner is marketing minded, which I have met, to be honest, quite a few. They have genius ideas. They just don't have time to implement them. That's why they hire me. Well, in this case, it's a lot cheaper to hire or use TapToTable. So for the restaurants out there that I can't reach, the ones that aren't lucky enough to be located here in Hilton Head and Bluffton area, you're not stranded. You can do the things Ryan can do. You just have to do them yourself. Luckily, like I said, there's no building. You just turn the switch on, turn the switch off. Matter of fact, there's no off switch. You just turn it on or it's not on. Turning your comments into customers while they're commenting to make you feel good. I mean, that's great. But for the businesses that want to make money with their Facebook pages and social media efforts, it is wise to consider the ability of turning your comments into customers very strongly. It's why you're on social media, guys. It is astounding to me that so many restaurants do not have the basic technologies that restaurants and restaurant groups I've worked with and am familiar with have. Steve Green from PMQ Pizza Magazine, good buddy of mine, was on the show a couple of episodes ago. Awesome. He has all the data. The only person in the restaurant world that I know personally that will have more data than Steve Green is John Salazar, Dr. John Salazar, who is a university professor at UGA. He's the king of data, specifically in the hospitality world. Okay. He has all the information, and it is astounding to grasp the percentage of restaurants that don't have POS systems, or because they're using an old school cash register and they don't print anything. It's old school cash registers. There's no electronics, for example. It's a huge percentage. I think if don't totally quote me, but I think he said something like 10% of pizza restaurants in the United States do not have a website. Now, caused a lot of controversy, didn't we, David? The man from Havana, the bot builder, the only one out there in Cuba. We were on this kick about, do you need a website or not? And there's a discussion about that at the clients today. And I love marketing discussions. There's no real right or wrong answer. There are answers that lead to better outcomes. And there are trends that we're seeing. But in this case, guys, if you're a restaurant, likely you're going to need something here unless you're just a staple in the community. And you're not dealing with tourists. You're only dealing with the locals. Websites are necessary still. Going forward, we'll see. We'll see how necessary they are. I mean, Facebook's dominating so much, guys. Pay attention to the landscape there to try to see what's going on. I'm just totally predicting there will be, and we'll follow this. E-commerce is usually the leader here. Watch for e-commerce businesses to no longer have robust websites. Look for them instead to have maybe landing pages that get you into automation, right? Interactivity. I think that's the future. The first RPG game I played on PlayStation, I forget, RPG Maker is the game, I think. It's so fun. It's like you create your own game within the game. The moment I understood that concept as a kid, I was like, that's the future of the internet. Somehow it's all going to be your email will be different than my email. And guys, that's here. It's been here for a while. I'm slower to the party. I was focused on different things, but now laser focused on that thought. Conversation equals conversion. Okay. You have built up. So let me tell you, let me finish the fact here. You have unlimited commission-free online orders, powered by Facebook, powered by Instagram, powered by the Facebook ecosystem. With TapToTable, you're also powered by SMS. Yeah. So the question that I got all year long when I was developing this with the other developers and creating this whole platform. This is my platform, guys. When I created this, I had to solve the problem. That was never really a problem to begin with, but I had to solve it just to solve it. What if they don't have Facebook, Ryan? What if they don't have Instagram, Ryan? What if they don't have Messenger, Ryan? Can they still use TapToTable? The answer is yes, because they're going to have a phone. At the minimum, they'll have a phone. So, just like Gary Vee made famous, text me at blah, blah, blah. He used the actual, long phone number, not a shortcut, because those cost 10 grand. You want a 7-digit phone number, guys? Go purchase one. It's $500 a month in general. And you had to lease it up front with a down payment type deal, I think. But in general, it's to own the phone number is minimum 10 grand. To lease the 7-digit number, 5-digit number, whatever it is, I think it's 5. It's $500 a month. That is not feasible for small businesses. Imagine that. That would eat up budgets. The small businesses that have made and allocated funds to advertising, that would eat up their budget. So instead, they use TapToTable, where a phone number costs $1 from Twilio. Yes, sending 1,000 text messages in the United States costs $7. Something along those lines. It's extremely cheap. You know how much profit TapToTable makes on every text message? 0, folks. I don't want to create a monster here. I hate Uber Eats. As much as I understand they're helping so many restaurants, I hate that they're taking so much money away every single time. Every time you buy food from Uber Eats or DoorDash, guys, they're also taking a bite. They are every single time of your profit. Okay. And it sucks. So that is a problem that we've solved as well. I'll tell you about that. But if you don't have online ordering, now you do. And it's powerful. It doesn't go down. It works. You know why? Because Facebook works. A few times in the last decade or so that Facebook's actually gone down, which you can count on one hand for the most part. You're good, man. The track record they have of staying online and working is absolutely incredible. Okay. So 0 commission, online orders, however you want. Text message, Instagram, Facebook, all those users will be able to buy your food online. Okay. It's amazing. Built-in e-commerce section. Yes, that's how you're able to list your food items. And guess what? You can sell both your hamburgers and your hoodies. You just can easily. As a matter of fact, check this concept out. Hey, we're all at Uber Eats and DoorDash and Grubhub. You can't do this, can you? TapToTable can allow your customer to leave a comment on your Facebook page, then buy your food within 2 clicks. 24 hours later, an hour later, a week later, whatever, TapToTable can automatically, as you've told it to, send that customer who bought the burger your hoodie and say, yo, it was a week ago. You had that burger. It was an awesome, amazing burger. We know you're still thinking about it. So here is a $5 or 5% off digital coupon for you to use to purchase the hoodie in memory of the burger you had at the restaurant that you just crushed and killed. And it was awesome. I'm so passionate about this. And I say funny things to wake people up, man, because if somehow you're listening to this, I sincerely hope you come up with the most gangster way to make $1 million. I don't want any of that money. Well, I want the $200 a month. That's what I want. But I want you to make all the money commission free. I want every TapToTable business to crush it. Okay. And you can do that when things are seamless, when things are easy, when things are available. If you're already using something, I don't want to be the person that tells you, well, now you can't use that anymore. Sorry. I don't want to ever be that person. I want you to, if you have a system that you already use, I want you to be able to use it, and I want to make it better. So, for example, that customer that commented on your post, TapToTable can collect that person's information, such as their phone number and email address, if you want to have them opt into a loyalty club, then be pushed into your mobile monkey, or your not mobile monkey. Shout out to mobile monkey. I know y'all watch me. I see the things. Your MailChimp. We can push the contact information right into your MailChimp, into a sequence that you've already built in. When a new subscriber comes into your MailChimp, have them send out this welcome email, and then they're in your system. We have an open API that, in general, we can integrate with any system. If you watch the last show, I've got people, y'all. I've got the smartest people on the internet that can achieve anything. Okay, Pete he's the API guy. Between Pete and Josh Fletcher, any POS system you want, any CRM, anything, it's so achievable. It's so easy too. Now, customizations cost money, but we have an open API. So let's get with the program here. Email campaigns. If you're not emailing your customers, you are so missing out, guys. Email is not dead. It's not. I personally wish it would die sometimes. If it wasn't so effective, I would just totally be on that train. But it is so effective, and it makes clients so much money. I see this daily, but my inbox is totally screwed. I have multiple email accounts. They're all screwed because I just get so many emails all day long, and 99% of them are junk. So the 1% that aren't, it's so hard for me to actually see what's going on. And that blows, man. It sucks. But email is effective. If you're not emailing your customers, you're missing out on real money. And you're saying to me, all right, Ryan, well, I might have watched a video in the past, and I might understand that TapToTable can collect an email address in 2 clicks in 2 seconds. It's the fastest thing on the planet, sure. But what do I do with the email once I have it? Problem solved. For free, TapToTable allows you to use email for free, bulk email. Okay, we also have drip campaigns. We'll talk about that another day. Here's just one piece of information for the people out there that are hating on email marketing, saying, oh, text is better. Only do text, don't do email. First of all, run away from those people. If they tell you to not do something, first of all, just run away. They should only be giving you options and opinions, not mandatory things. But in this case, the stat I'm going to drop on it, 99% of email users, active email users, guys, they check their email 20 times a day. You tell me that's not effective. Go ahead, I'll wait. All right, next. Text message campaigns. 83% of the millennial market, which is the sought-after market, aka the market that basically the younger you go, the less money they have. Whatever. You folks that want to go on TikTok, go right ahead. Only a few of you will have major success, at least in the infancy stages, because the people watching TikTok don't have money yet in general. Now, I'm speaking to the original audience of TikTok, guys. Things change. I'm watching them. When it is time for everyone to jump on TikTok, first of all, I'll be there first. Then I'll tell you to come on. Right now, it's just not there for most businesses. Text messaging, on the other hand, TikTok or not, it works. And the stats are staggering. Now, just like anything within conversational marketing, aside from email, although everyone's not emailing, I promise you, I'll bet you 75% of restaurants in the county that I live are not running email at all. I'll bet you I could find that out too. Dr. Salazar, let's do a case study. SMS, text messaging, and email, extremely, extremely effective. Let's see. Next. Here we go, guys. I've got to just get this off my chest. POS companies, and I know a lot of them, y'all got some decisions to make, because your business models are becoming archaic and dinosaur-ish. You know who I'm talking to. So they're looking for every solution possible to stay relevant. You're not relevant anymore, POS companies. The two that I really watch that are doing some cool things, but they have their major cons. Toast. Oh, there goes the camera guy. See, man, I'm telling you what, they're really trying to stop me, but I won't be stopped ever. POS companies, I got batteries for days. Y'all just hold tight real quick. Toast and Square don't want me to say the things, but Ryan will say the things. I'm gonna put this NFC graphic up here. You can still hear me. Don't worry. I still have the audience, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna make sure it's not my battery. And then I'm gonna go text message Wick Scurry and make sure that, you know, the Dr. Buzzard didn't put the root on Ryan or something heading back from Defusky. Y'all hang tight real quick. We're gonna figure something out. Man, we're having too much fun. And man, the big guys, they don't want me to tell you all the things, man. But I don't care. We're gonna expose everything. We're gonna not have to be controlled by any company, especially the POS companies. We're gonna skip that whole process, guys. We're gonna just skip putting information inside of you, POS, and instead, we will send our information directly to the printer, directly to the kitchen. They have it. They have their system. They don't miss a beat. Print. Any modern printer, keyword guys, not your 20-year-old printers that like have grease stains everywhere, even inside. Nasty, gross. Clean your stuff out. Get new stuff. The thermal printers today are Wi-Fi connected or Bluetooth connected. Any device, guys, even your phones. Your phone is more powerful than a POS any day of the week. Now your phone can print out thermal receipts to any printer for that matter. Print to a computer printer, I guess. So don't do that. They'll come get you because that like wastes ink and paper. It's not good. But if you need to do it, you can. You can do the things. This is like as close to open source success that's done for you as possible, guys. Along with the printer concept, we did it even bigger. This is the thing I'm most excited about. This is the latest feature. It is the kitchen display, folks. It's KDS. KDS is the future. No more printers. Okay. Instead, you have tablets like this, maybe. You have giant flat screens, TVs. They're getting so cheap. Have you guys seen how cheap a flat screen TV is, a 50-inch these days? It's insane. These same TVs were like selling for like $2,500 years ago. And I was always jealous of the 70-inch TV people because they're like $7,000 back in the day. Either way, KDS is here. The kitchen display system. They're digital receipts. Think of Tetris, but instead of meaningless blocks that you could like there to get coins if you do it right, instead you're the most efficient restaurant machine there is. 10 ticket out. You see the times. You're able to track everything. Anything that's worth doing is what? Worth tracking, guys. So the KDS is here. And last but not least, and where we'll end it before they cut me off again, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, ciao now. They're going to be y'all's best friends, I promise you. You know why? They're spending tons of money. They have tons of infrastructure to bring in customers because to them, bringing in customers means one thing. Commission, baby. Commission. Every customer they bring, they're getting commission. And it's absurd how much they're jacking from these restaurants, man. It is a straight jack move. They're like, yeah, got your 20%, got your 25%. See you tomorrow. Now, here's what the smart restaurant does. Please take this to the bank. Tell a restaurant friend of yours, even if they don't use TapToTable, they can be creative maybe enough to capture enough of this third-party business and keep it on their end and not pay those commissions anymore. Example, Uber Eats brings in a customer to your restaurant for the first time. Maybe you're a pizza restaurant. We already know about the NFC stuff. That's cool. But once they've left, Uber Eats is now in control. DoorDash is now in control. They've got your food and they're bringing it to the customer. This might not help. Maybe if you're very creative, you could make it work. So instead, what you need specifically is this, guys, the QR code. Except don't ever print out a QR code. If this is the only thing, it's got to be prominent. So if the QR code was on this coaster, it's a fail if it's a small little like afterthought. It's got to be the whole thing with a strong call to action and reason why someone should scan it. Now, maybe it's the menu. Menus are great for getting you to do things. But in this case, the pizza is being delivered to your house, to your customer. If on that styrofoam box of to-go food, if on that cardboard pizza box, you had a magical QR code that all they had to do, scan it. Now they get the notification. They're in your ecosystem. Think of this concept, guys, of different coasters doing different things, okay? Different QR codes doing different things. Custom customer journey is where it's at, I promise you. So imagine this QR code here gets stuck on the Uber Eats orders. This QR code here goes on the DoorDash order. So now if you have an offer that when they get their food from DoorDash, Uber Eats, whatever, they take the packaging and they open up the food and they see your QR code. Scan me for a chance to win free pizza for a year. Scan me for your chance to win free tacos tomorrow. It's easy stuff, but you got to be creative. It has to be your brand. I don't want to be the ones to tell everyone everything because it's not Ryan's brand. It's your brand. Your brand is why you're successful. And TapToTable and myself, I just give tools that you didn't know maybe existed to make that success quadrupled. You know, maybe you have a huge opportunity that you're not utilizing, and I want to make sure that you know it is here and can use it. And when you do, the customer that DoorDash got you, that you pay 20% of your money to get the customer, instead of them calling Uber Eats again tomorrow, maybe instead they're in your ecosystem and your delivery driver can take them the food, and you save the money and you ensure that your driver is making money and stays with you versus leaves you and goes to work at Uber Eats. I don't know. These are restaurant specific problems, but they're affecting the entire industry, guys. So what TapToTable has done, it has focused on since February. We finished this thing in September 2nd to be exact. We've solved the vast majority of digital marketing problems that all restaurants face. It's a tool good enough as the person using it, building it, but there's no building essentially. I mean, there's customizing you're doing here and there. Choose what you want to work for your restaurant. Do you not want to offer online ordering? Great, don't. That's fine. Do you just want to push people into your CRM for your Facebook comments? Great. There's other automation and other benefits there too. Do you just need a way to simply reach your customers that aren't on social media in an effective, consistent way? This solves that problem. Even now, someone without a social media account can still have a social media type experience through text messaging, guys. They're not going to miss an offer. There's no additional apps to search for and download and update and log into. The benefits are endless, but I hope this video has shed some light on how this can be used. It is the time where the smart, nimble, adaptable businesses out there can really, really thrive. Where I've seen so many restaurants just close up, they'll never open again, specifically restaurants, guys. It affects any industry that requires the movement of people. So again, be smart, guys. Try to separate yourself from your competition using digital, because in general, that will be your most cost-effective way to do it. If you ever have any questions, always feel free to leave a comment for me or send me a message. I'm pretty easy to get a hold of. If you can help with those, send an email because I probably won't see it. That's just the facts there, guys. I think that it's up in the air if we see more and more and more closures, or if things can kind of just turn around. But there's one thing that is for sure. For every single business that has not taken digital seriously, this year, 2020, has been your wake-up call. Wake up and realize that even though you don't like Facebook, even though you don't like computers and technology, if you want to be in business in general now, you must take your digital and social media presence seriously. The easiest way to accomplish the mission, TapToTable, baby. Thank you all so much for watching. Episode 29 of the ChatBot Podcast. Episode 30 will be coming